Hey there, I'm CJ Maurer with The Gist, and welcome back to another one of our strategic HubSpot tutorials. Today, we're going to be breaking down marketing campaigns. What are they? How do you create them? And how can you use them to orchestrate and analyze your marketing performance for the things that matter most to your business? Let's dive in. Okay, so any veteran of HubSpot, specifically the Marketing Hub, knows all about marketing campaigns. But just like any tool, they're constantly evolving. And if you're new to HubSpot, this is absolutely what you're going to want to learn, especially if you're in a marketing or content creation role. So the way you get to your marketing campaigns is hover over this little bullhorn icon. We all know that HubSpot recently restructured their navigation bar. Some of us are still getting used to it. But it's literally the first thing, right? We know that inside Marketing Hub, we can do marketing emails, social media, ads, events, forums, CTAs, and a whole bunch of content creation tools. But campaigns is the top level way to organize and structure all of your efforts. Now, first of all, you may ask yourself, what do we create a campaign for? Because campaigns come in all different types of shapes and sizes and formats. The first thing that I would say is create a campaign around any ongoing coordinated effort to try to influence people, right? So one example is, let's say you offer 5 main services, and those are the specific reasons that prospects engage you and essentially like line items of services that you bill customers for, right? For us, we do HubSpot implementation work, we do HubSpot website development, inbound marketing, sales enablement, and customer engagement, right? Those are the main reasons why prospects reach out to us and why customers hire us. So these are ongoing evergreen campaigns, right? We want to make sure that we have a primary solutions page for those campaigns, a bunch of related content from blog posts and landing pages to social media posts. We probably send out emails promoting different things about those services. So what we want to be able to do is bucket them. And every time we produce a piece of content, we want to attribute it to that campaign. So that way we can have a high level overview of how that campaign is performing, how many views it generated, how many contacts it created and influenced, and even to how many customers and how much revenue that it is responsible for. So creating a campaign is super simple. You can start from scratch or start from a template. If I start from scratch, I'm going to hit next. And then you're going to see you really just name it. You can give it a color if you like to color code things like me. You decide who's the owner. Some campaigns have an end date, but you at least have to give it a start date, I would recommend. And then you can just put internal notes about the audience and other things that you want to remember about the campaign. None of this actually affects how the campaign is configured, what assets are attributed to the campaign, or how you report on the campaign. It's literally just internal documentation. Imagine one day, if you're just getting started out, you may only have a couple of campaigns. Imagine you've been using HubSpot for 10 plus years. You want to easily be able to go back and look at all your campaigns. So if you provide more information about them, it's just basically an internal reference to help you understand what that campaign was, why you created it, its goals, and everything like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down our existing campaign for the Spotlight. So if you don't know about the Spotlight, it is a weekly email newsletter. So we create these strategic HubSpot tutorials all the time. You're literally watching one right now. And we primarily post them on YouTube and often post full videos or clips of it on social media, specifically LinkedIn. This is how we educate more people about HubSpot and the strategic use cases. And it does often lead to prospects finding us and reaching out about hiring us to do HubSpot implementation services. So what we decided to do is we're making all of this content, right? We might as well deliver it in a weekly email newsletter subscription. So what each email does is it takes one of these videos, it breaks it down, explains what this use case is. Here's the video if you want to watch it. Here's a blog post if you want to consume it in written form, and a little list of considerations like what you'll need to implement it and what you can expect, specific outcomes from implementing this. It is probably true that this specific video about how to use marketing campaigns will likely be in a future edition of the Spotlight. So the first thing that you're going to want to do once you've built your campaign is associate assets. You can easily add assets from the campaign, but if you know, anytime you go create an email or a landing page or any type of marketing asset, you can attribute the campaign when building the asset, right? So I can add assets right here and search through all of my content and say, yep, this is part of the Spotlight campaign. Or when I'm actually creating a Spotlight email, I could say, associate this with the Spotlight campaign. So you can see we have a form. So this is the subscribe form. We have all of our marketing emails. So these are all of the ones that we actually send. We have two main website pages. The first is the landing page where people subscribe. And the second is a new thing that we're working on, which you can see isn't published yet, which is a new subscriber survey. So one of the things that we're going to do is a couple of days or a couple of weeks, we haven't decided yet, after someone's been subscribed, we're going to hit them with a survey to say, tell us more about you and your experience with HubSpot and your role. So that way we can try to send more contextual, personalized content to each person who subscribes. And then we have some workflows that are associated with the Spotlight. So not a hugely complex campaign. We haven't really ramped up social media posts yet for this specific campaign, but we will. And once we do, those will all be shown here in the assets. Then, actually, let's go to tasks. This is cool. We don't do this a lot because we have this really like down to an exact science. But for larger complex campaigns that require input and roles from multiple members of your team, you can create tasks and all of those can be managed here. You can set budgets and you can monitor all activity related to the campaign. So you can see as recently, today's July 18th at the date of recording on a Friday. So on Monday, I can see all of the activity that James did when he drafted and scheduled our latest email for the Spotlight. So it's just a really good control panel to see everything that's going on with the campaign. What you're ultimately going to want to see is campaign performance, especially the people that you report to, right? If you're a director of marketing or a CMO, right, ultimately you're reporting up the ladder to demonstrate the effectiveness of all of your marketing campaigns. So what's really cool about this is you can generate all different types of reports. You can see in the performance tab, we have ROI reports, revenue reports, influence contacts, website traffic. You can see a breakdown of the contacts who are being influenced by this campaign. You can see most of them are clients, but we have a lot of subscribers and leads and even qualified prospects here. We've got some referral partners that have consumed this campaign. And then you also have your attribution reports. What's nice is that all of these are automatically baked into this campaign view, right? But any of these reports can be built into a custom dashboard on a traditional reporting dashboard. So not only can you create a separate report dashboard for a given campaign, in this case, the Spotlight, but you can actually generate high-level reports to analyze all of your campaigns by how many contacts they've created or influenced or deals created or revenue influenced. And this is where you get a really good handle on everything that you're doing and what's working and what's not working. So the campaign tool is actually really, really easy to set up. Most of the work is actually in producing and distributing the assets. So if you're going through all the trouble to do that, you might as well group things in campaigns to have those segmented organizational tools and reporting. That's campaigns. I love this tool. You should love it too. By the way, if you like this video, I recommend you to hit subscribe. We produce a handful of new videos every month, and I want to make sure that everybody is understanding all of the use cases in HubSpot. So please, it helps us out too. Also, little shout out for the Spotlight. If you would like to get one of these use cases emailed to you every Monday morning, subscribe to the Spotlight. That's literally all we do. There's no sales pitches. It's just a hand-picked HubSpot use case strategic tutorial in your inbox every Monday. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you soon.